Coming to you live for. Oh, is the. Does it not want to go? Excuse
Orion's
me?
coming to you live from the abyss.
The abyssal plane. Yes. Oh, yep. The kick is firing on cylinders.
Nice.
It's good to see when streams. I like it when a stream comes together, you know?
True. Hello to our kick listeners and watchers.
Well, we do have a few.
They're holding it down out there. The
Okay.
real OGs.
And moving into the Libsyn. Sam, have you seen these fucking hunting boomerangs?
Excuse me?
Hunting boomerangs. I was watching this thing on YouTube the other day. It was like a short or whatever, and this dude just takes like one of these boomerangs that have like the. It starts as just a big old stick, as every boomerang does, but
right, naturally.
You know, I've spent enough time and walking around in the Maine woods, and just like he takes this very, I almost want to say iconic piece of wood with just that elbow to it, just that good angle, and it just seems like when you're a kid, there's the innate feeling that this is a good stick, and I want to throw it.
Monkey Brain says throw stick.
Yes, Monkey Brain throw stick. So he carves it all up, and like the whole point is like this oversized thing, like it's got to be at least 4 to 5 times bigger than your typical boomerang. And you throw it, you just wing it right at something. And apparently it's for like hunting rabbits and small game, because you just throw the stick and it goes further than it normally would. And what, bam, you know?
You ever hear about the guy who threw a boomerang and then like hit himself with it, and then he sued himself and won?
How does that function?
So apparently, I read this the other day too. Fun fact. So like he apparently threw it, you know, and then like several minutes went by or something like that, and he got hit, you know, by it, and then
several minutes. Was this
I guess in his mind? Like, he was like, "Oh, somebody else fucking."
Damn. It's like
like $250,000 or something. It was crazy.
So he has to pay himself $250,000.
No, he gets $250,000 from the insurance or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't count as fraud or anything.
You would think. You would think.
Here I am, like watching a video about hunting boomerangs. I'm like, damn, Boomeranger, dude, Boomerangers. Not enough rangers with boomerangs out there.
That's fair.
Like, the concept that of all the classes that can just make their weapon while they're out doing their thing, rangers are kind of top tier in that, right alongside the druid with the casting shillelagh. But you get like a ranger that uses the hunting boomerang. What bam? You know, goblins don't stand a chance.
Look, I would say the boomerang is up there with the sling, you know.
Yeah, it's very underestimated. Like, I saw some research, you know, just kind of poking around the internet recently, and apparently slings are arguably more dangerous than bows of the same time period.
And I would say that's probably, I mean, yeah, assuming like nobody's armored or anything.
No, actually, slings are especially good against armor. Because, like, you shoot an arrow, okay, it glances right off. Yeah, you know, you got to ring that bell, you know?
If anyone remembers the Spike show from the early 2000s, Deadliest Warrior.
What? Hold up. What is going on here?
What?
I have my buddy Matthew is calling me, not exactly calling into the show.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm gonna have to let you go for the moment.
Hope he looks into this episode and he's like, "Oh, this fucker ignored me." Anyway, we'll probably go ahead and start the show, huh?
When we're leaving people on red, we gotta go. Sounds so distant and echoey this time. Well, I kind of like it. And hello and welcome to Dungeons and Talkshows, the talk show that brings you monsters, news, and boomerangs. I am your host, Orion.
I am your host, Sam.
I feel bad for leaving Matt on red. He's got some amazing projects going on, dude.
Get shit on, Matt. Piece of shit.
You know he's making his own video game, right?
Was that the guy doing the what's it called?
The Red Renegade project. Basically, if you ever played Mega Man, it's an entire video game dedicated to Proto Man during the time period of Mega Man 5 and 6.
I have been seeing his updates, and they do look pretty interesting.
He does all his own sprites, and it's pretty impressive.
That was pretty cool.
Dude, I'm waiting for Wizards of the Coast to fuck up again. Just wait for it. One more time before January's done.
It's almost like momentous at this point. They're hitting the marks each month. They got their own personal quotas, I guess.
Yeah, they got quarterlies to meet. It's I'm waiting. It's the season for fucking up. It was around this time last year. The OGL was in full swing.
Oh my god, that's so right.
Maybe I got spoiled on WotC drama.
Look, I mean, we are planning to talk a lot about, in the before times of 2023 when we started this podcast.
It's been a whole 50 episodes. Yeah. So we're
proud of us.
No guests tonight. Unfortunately, we do love our guests, but going back to where we started, which is with nothing, we felt like this is the way to go.
Ironic that you would say that. We did come, from nothing, and we have slightly more now. So look at what we've done. Yeah, we're doing it. Yeah.
I suppose so.
I always say baby steps are still valid steps.
Well, that's very applicable to life and D&D all the same.
Yeah. Yeah, when your players are essentially big babies stepping through a minefield.
I mean, yes. As a parent, I can attest that parenting and DMing and management are very much all one and the same, very transferable skills. You see it all across the board. My dad, he knows this very well. He hates managing, parenting, and DMing, but
the trifecta.
The trifecta. It's just he likes DMing for the sheer fact that he can throw situations at people and see what they got. But when you're managing people in real life, is I don't get the option of extra consequences and just kicking that guy from your crew,
Right, you can't metaphorically, trip someone down a flight of stairs. In real life.
Rocks fall, party dies. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Oh no, this poor office building is being attacked by orcs.
That sounds like I like that scenario. I'm writing that one down, actually.
Michael Scott fighting a group of goblins.
Yeah, dude. Bright was, it was wasted on Will Smith. If you could have had a movie with a bunch of orcs and a modern fantasy attacking an office building, and then
I remember being so excited for that movie too. I was like, "Oh shit!"
I know
that sounds so cool.
The thing is, it took itself too seriously. It should have been more along the lines of Paul Blart.
Yeah, I could have seen that.
Yeah, say Paul Blart's a failed paladin guarding a shopping mall. And then there's a goblin invasion to shoplift all the stuff from your local Dick's Sporting Goods.
Jesus, those monsters. years.
Dude, actually, that sounds kind of fun. That's the one shot we need right there.
You have to escape the local IKEA.
IKEA is run by dwarves. You can't change my mind.
There's a sleeping minotaur inside.
He's been sleeping there for 20 years. We don't have the balls to kick him out.
The exit, man.
Damn.
He's trying to get out too.
The deeper this rabbit hole goes, the better the one shot sounds.
That sounds really easy. Somebody make that and send us a link.
Yeah, send us a link to Minotaurs and Coals. I'm just saying.
Oh man. So since we are doing a little bit of a recap this episode, to look back on where we've come, I created a few questions.
Okay, you're gonna quiz me?
I got a little bit of a quiz here.
Okay, I'm down.
I got a lot of faith in you. You're very knowledgeable. Some would say you are, you're the true intelligent mind, the holder of the collective brain cell.
I like to think I have an approximate knowledge of many things. I live by that quote.
Exactly. Yep. I even gave you, some little bit of hints in these using quotes that I said.
Okay.
Episodes. So, all right. So first things first, who created Dungeons and Dragons?
Ooh,
I will accept one or two answers.
I mean, everyone knows that it came from primarily Gary Gygax and insert name here, because those two are the fatherly godfathers of D&D actually making Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, but a lot of it has its roots in wargaming.
That is correct. Ding, ding, ding. Metaphorical points. All right. So next, what are the applications of advantage and disadvantage?
Well, you roll 2, take the higher, take the lower.
Yeah.
Well, applying it to situations, there's there's too much to go off of right there.
Give you a wide question there. I'll accept that. What species of dragons are most closely related to hydras?
Ooh. Proto-dragon.
Hey, there you go. Nice.
Yeah, I was editing some episodes recently. I was listening to that one.
All right, I feel like you'll get this one. What is the name of the creatures utilized and bred by mind flayers?
I want to say intellect devourers.
Fucking 4 for 4.
Oh yeah, those things are fucking terrifying.
That was a fun episode talking about intellect devourers.
There's a chance to get a intellect devourer as a pet in Baldur's Gate at the start of the game.
So cool.
Yeah, it's stuck inside this corpse. Hardly even spoilers, seeing as it's not even 60 seconds into the game, and you're just oh, hey, help, get us out of this corpse, we're stuck.
What? Is that a real thing?
It's a thing. You even get the option to shove your thumb in it to cripple it in case it becomes a threat.
Interesting.
I
don't know what a thumb can do.
Yeah, thumbs to the brain, pretty brutal.
So, next up, we have, what plane of existence are you most likely to find fiend, demons, and devils in?
That would have to be the lower planes, because demons are in the abyss and the devils are in the hells.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, see? I remember what my lore master taught me.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. Now, we've done several episodes on undead and the, variants of them. So, let's keep it simple. What's the most basic form of undead?
Skeleton? Oh, dude, the skeleton episode was a lot of fun. I believe that was was that the one we had our first guest, Tim Vandalen, on?
Oh yeah, I think you were right.
Yeah, he's come a long way as a publisher.
Oh yeah, he's been doing great things.
Platinum bestseller, dude. He's got it. He did what is it? Free Bloom Vale recently.
I think I did hear about that too.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. Oh, this is probably one of my favorites that we talked about. What creature is described as the largest and most deadly kind of serpent in its own mythology?
Ooh, I'm trying to think because there's Jormungandr, the fucking world serpent. And interestingly enough, I was looking into some lore not too long ago where apparently in base D&D lore, Jormungandr is a legit thing, except it's only really applicable towards destroying, I forget the planes, but there's a couple planes that are very Norse in their roots, so it would end up destroying those. But the concept of you could run an entire campaign based on Jormungandr getting a little out of hand and trying to destroy other planes of existence.
Oh man, maybe like a god breaks him out of those planes, and he's like,
dude,
that would
be cool. You try to someone decides we don't want Ragnarok. So they send Ragnarok to other planes of existence.
Yeah, let them deal with it.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, all of this world-ending Ragnarok stuff is drifting in, and it's starting with crushing the material plane. Now, in order to crush the material plane, you'd have to go through the Feywild and the Shadowfell. So then you'd have theoretically a situation where the Shadowfell and the Feywild are both being crushed into the material plane even further. So you'd get a influx of creatures and beings from the Shadowfell and the Feywild because of the thin veil.
That would have on the am I drawing a blank? The I just had it.
On the tip of your tongue, you'll remember after the podcast.
The astral, not that.
The astral is the one thing that it couldn't crush.
I'm thinking of the astral, something else.
The ethereal plane?
No. Though I would definitely see the bleed over effects that could cause. You got undeads reviving unceremoniously. You got fucking. I don't know.
You'd get a ton of shadows. From the
shades and stuff. Yeah.
Shade, shadows, the Raven Queen.
Oh, she would be looking for that opportunity.
She'd be getting paid. She'd be picking up people left and right because she's a patron.
Oh yeah, Lowell would be having a field day. But all right, is Jormungandr your answer for this one?
I'm going to say Jormungandr because you don't get much bigger than the World Serpent.
We did mention Jormungandr a little bit in this episode, I think, but you are incorrect. It is the Behir.
I always think of Behirs having these little stumpy legs.
They do kind of have the stumpy little, what are they called? The skink legs.
Skink legs?
Yeah, dude, I love skinks. They're if you take a lizard, like a bearded dragon, for example, and then mix it with a snake, you got this long, chubby body, these, tiny little leg. They're adorable. I love them.
Okay. Give him the skinky leg.
Give him the skinky leg. All right. Number 8. What two creatures have a rivalry as deep as a viper and Zangoose?
I specifically remember that episode because we did a crossover with Backyard Tabletop and talked about blink dogs and displacer beasts.
That was very true. Nice. Also, what a fun episode that one was. I know we just keep saying that over and over, but talking to Backyard Tabletop was a really fun time.
Oh yeah, they're cool. I wonder if they'll come on the show again. I'll have to ask.
Yeah.
We passed them up in episode count quite a while ago. Well, they're a bi-weekly podcast, and we're a kind of weekly podcast. I mean, we've missed some episodes over the past year, but we also lost a couple episodes.
That is true. We probably lost as many as we've skipped. So,
no, we've skipped more than we've lost, but because we lost 2 or 3. I want to say just 2. And then there was at least 2 or 3 that were skipped. So
Gotcha. Well, happens to the best of us. All right.
I am in the process of trying to repair one of the lost episodes.
Oh, wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something?
It was the first time that we had Amethyst Dragon on. Dude, he's up to well over 1,700 homebrews right now and counting. Like, he's going to hit 1,800 very soon. And he's putting so much into his book. I've been seeing his posts on Twitter. Was it the Amethyst treasure trove or something or other?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I did see that on Twitter as well, or X or whatever. Man, it's great to see like everyone we've met and everyone we talked to, like they're growing. We're slowly growing.
It's slow, yeah.
The community is, feels tight.
It really does. Like, for as small as our podcast is, the fact that I've had situations while trying to get people on the show where someone's like, "Oh, hey, I recognize you." Some people were talking about your podcast the other day and whatnot. It's like, oh, wow, really?
Yeah, that's definitely surprising.
For sure. It's just like, we're not big whatsoever.
But it's nice to have like our niche.
Yeah, I do like having a niche and having the few viewers that we do. Like, I really value that. That's why I really want to get more of our viewers to kind of like maybe leave some comments, send us some emails, that kind of thing. Because I want to interact more with the community that we're kind of growing as we go.
Definitely, yeah. We wanna grow with them and kind of create that, like, we want to be you guys' friends and more than just like a voice that you listen to maybe every week.
Absolutely. Like, I want to see what homebrews y'all are cooking up. Because I might just kind of, I want to pull some of that into my game because I'm coming up with stuff left and right. And sure, DMing a One Piece game is cool and all, but there's tons of stuff that can be reflavored and thrown right in there, or maybe just tossed into a notebook for a later campaign.
Yeah, definitely true. All right, up to the last 2 questions here.
Oh, let's go.
What strange feline race is known for the mischievous dealings and weird fingers? Maybe that was too good of a hint.
Yeah. Mikasa Rakshasa. That was that episode.
All right. Now, last but not least, you take Baba Yaga, a gingerbread house, and the sinister mind of a devil, mix them in a cauldron. What do you get?
Diabetes.
A really bad case of diabetes.
I'm diabetic. I get to make these jokes. But you know what? Everybody else gets to make those jokes too.
That's true.
I'm not going to restrict.
The main holders of diabetes are the hags.
This is true. Dude, I was playing Baldur's Gate and was dealing with a green hag. I'm like, dude, you can't trust these bitches.
No, you cannot.
It was like, hey, I'm going to take care of this person's baby and resurrect their spouse. And meanwhile, the lady not expecting to have a zombie of her husband brought back. It's like, if she brings it back as a little zombie, she fulfills her deal and gets to eat your baby. Like, she's content with that. Oh yeah,
she didn't give a shit.
Yeah, no fucks given. Apparently, like, hags reproduce that way by eating babies.
Yeah, they have to like make the deals to steal people's kids, kind of like the Fae. It was very odd.
Oh, I believe they are a type of Fae.
Yeah, and there are Fae hags. I think I remember talking about them slightly.
Their entire existence seems to be on the cusp of devil and Fae.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I wonder if they ever if there's ever any like demon lords or devil lords or whatever that were or is a hag too. There probably is. That's pretty.
Do you think there's? I'd like to see a hag warlock patron subclass.
Yeah, like a hag deity or something. That would be crazy.
As a hag patron, like, I feel like all the abilities tied to the subclass should be something that's very monkey's paw, you know? Like,
Oh, that would be so
you know,
cool.
high risk, high reward. There are definite drawbacks.
I would also honestly, I would love to see like the Grim Hollows books did it pretty well, bringing in like curses and stuff.
Mm.
You know, like I always found that like curses and like the what's the word? More like the black magic voodoo vibe. You know, really always hits with like when you're talking about hags.
Right.
Because it's very monkey's paw, right? They're very twisty and you know, fucking up your wishes and your wants and your desires.
They do enjoy that.
Blah blah.
It's just like, yeah, I can't stand that. But at the same time, for as a DM, a hag is just such a valuable plot device, a tool.
You can do so much. I can literally do it.
I stand by the hag mafia, though.
Bro, that's a threat.
I just like the idea of your hags being used to make your own little, to have a mafia. Like they have just a network. And
I could see like you got like 3 old ladies walking through a village. You know, no one really cares. They're just old ladies. Then they start getting bingo nights together. And suddenly everyone's being weird, you know?
Bingo night and kids start disappearing and, you know, people are getting monkey pawed all over the place.
And just, there was these 3 weirdos that walked in, find out they're a coven of hags. Now that town is under their control. It's fucking, they can go south really quick.
This is true.
Very, very interesting. That's kind of like my main thing here with these monster segments is I wanna bring out the ideas that may not be on people's minds, you know, give people the info to really apply themselves to just these creatures and you know their lore behind them.
That's why I really am a big fan of the audiobook. Well, it's also a regular book, but the monsters know what they're doing. It started out as a blog a long time ago, but if you're a dungeon master who's driving and you get the Monsters Know on audiobook, you're literally doing game prep while you are going out and about.
That is true.
It's like, okay, how do these monsters think? I mean, I really enjoy utilizing what time I do have, because like lazy dungeon prep is definitely a thing. And you got to kind of utilize the time that you have so that it doesn't feel like you're working all that hard. And as a DM, sometimes you just got to really get the brain juices flowing.
Agreed.
A little bit of research and study goes a long way.
A situation from a book or, you know, a monster's personality to inspire an idea that could turn a campaign.
You have no idea the things I come up with when I'm working. I have to run and like grab a scrap of paper, start writing that shit down, and
I'll be like listening to an audiobook. I'm like, oh, this scene would go crazy like in a campaign.
Oh, absolutely, and plenty of it for me is usable. And I want to tell you this stuff, but you're one of my players. Like, I want you to enjoy the surprise.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like, I don't want to spoil it.
I feel that. Speaking of spoiling things, so I was wondering, you know, and I'm sure like our listeners may be wondering too, with, you know, this being a new year and we've been talking about, you know, changes coming to the Nerd Militia and, you know, the podcast. What are some things that maybe they could look forward to or expect?
Well, one thing we can definitely look forward to, you actually saw a little sneak peek earlier today, and if anyone's in our Discord server, they'd be able to see it as well. I started working on putting together a intro sequence for the One Piece D&D. We have 2 episodes recorded, and I'm going to be posting those soon as I finish the editing on those. I can do audio editing, video editing. I'm kind of learning to do. It's a bit of a thing, but
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. I took your notes into account and extended some of the sequences just a little bit. Yeah, and it does make a difference. And then, let's see. I did find out that is another YouTube channel that is doing the same thing that we are. So
Yeah.
Since they're starting around where we are, we can look at it as a competitive, like a race.
Oh, race to find the One Piece.
Yeah. Actually, that sounds like it'd be a great idea. Maybe I could get their
One
DM to
Piece.
come on here and we could talk about a race for the One Piece.
Dude, that would be cool. We could have like a.
No, actually, no, we wouldn't be able to because his campaign is set 2 years before the death of Roger.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so the One Piece isn't a thing yet.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's starting his campaign in the Roger era.
I'm sure we could hope that we gave some inspiration.
If only.
If only. But yeah, it's definitely,
Ah, shit. I could
have
put some ideas in that guy's head for some crazy devil fruit users to throw at his players. Like, could you imagine a centipede devil fruit user? Dude.
Ew.
A were centipede.
That sounds gross.
It would be. It'd be terrifying.
Your centipede.
Is that Sienna back there?
Yeah.
Hi, Sienna.
Orion says hello.
Yeah, I love her character. She's just like all over the place. Speedster
So
rogues
good.
are great.
Speedster Rogue is really good. she's been loving the campaign as far as I know. She's excited for tomorrow too.
Now, if any of the viewers want to, whisper sweet, terrible ideas into my ear to terrorize my players, I am all ears.
Please, you don't need any more time.
Nothing like the sweet nothings of the audience telling me how to torture y'all.
Oh no, is that mysterious barnacles growing on the bottom of our boat? Don't eat them. They'll give you hepatitis.
Termite barnacles. That could go hard.
Yeah, we also have the JCA stuff coming up soon.
Yeah, the Jackie Chan Adventures Abridged. That's another project that we're working on, and really the biggest thing is scripting and editing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm writing down termite barnacles because that feels like it'd be good.
Oh, Jesus. What have I done?
Well, you already know about it. I'll have to throw that one at somebody else.
Nice. Saved.
Maybe Rustage can use that one.
Perhaps. And speaking of new things in this year, have you heard of Power World?
Yes, I have. Who hasn't heard of the thing that's bringing Monster Hunter, was it Fortnite and Pokemon all into, plus a little drizzle of Minecraft all into one thing?
I mean, if Ark and Pokemon had like a baby that was cared for, you'd have Power World.
Well, babies do need to be cared for.
It is true. Coming from you as a parent, I am glad you say that.
I didn't say it was easy to care for them. Yeah, sometimes the kids, they'll they'll do or say things that's like, do I have to care?
Valid. I've been spending way too much time playing Power World. Anyone out there is interested, check it out. The game is really cool.
Maybe you should do an entire video on how Pal World is a great inspiration for DMs everywhere, and this is what you can get from it and why you should check it out.
Look, if there was a D&D campaign where we could capture creatures and put them to work, then I'd be very down.
It sounds like you should just homebrew the Pokemon tabletop.
I mean, there was one way, I guess.
No, the Pokemon tabletop is absolutely a thing.
Is it? I'm not surprised, I guess. I'd be Digimon.
I'm just saying, like There's no reason you couldn't homebrew some stuff to go with that.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, Sam, do you have yourself any monsters this week?
I did not prep a monster for this week, as we are. You told me that we were just going to be talking about, the old stuff. So nothing new this time.
All right, fair enough.
Apologize for anybody who was looking forward to that.
We do like that Sam monster lore.
Yeah, I was also kind of expecting that this would be a little bit of a shorter episode, perhaps.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be a shorter episode, just because it's been a whole thing. It's the milestone. Just kind of taking it slow for
take it light and easy.
Yeah, I am booking us some good guests coming up in the near future. Some are a little easier to convince than others. You know how it goes.
Right. So I did see that you had another little note here for some news.
Yes.
This is TNM, bringing you Nerd News.
This week in Nerd News. So apparently the former D&D designer, well, not a former D&D designer, brings Elden Ring's most iconic and difficult boss to 5e. So people are going to be able to roll dice against the goddess of rot.
Oh God.
Oh no. You sound like you've played Elden Ring. I have not. Is this a problem?
Okay, so first of all, just picture Millennia, right? Is the boss, or Melina, whatever.
Oh yeah, the hot one.
She would basically have like multi-attacks with times like 6.
Yeah, she's got like a bunch of arms, right? Almost like an astral monk.
Also like a life steal with every hit.
Okay, necrotic, life steal.
And then also add like cancerous poison.
Okay, so I'm feeling like some astral monk, a little bit of some life stealing undead bullshit, maybe some spore druid-ish type of shenanigans.
I can only imagine the party wipes that this would ensue.
Well, I don't know. Oh, it says along with about 333 hit points, a natural AC of 20, a CR of 21.
Yeah, that sounds all right.
It's set to be a mythic monster encounter. A group will need to fully chop away at her HP in order to trigger a second phase.
Oh my god. So wait, CR21, correct me if I'm wrong, that's like ancient dragon scale, right?
Yeah, I mean, end game creatures like ancient dragons tend to be in that 20 plus CR range.
Oh, damn. Yeah, then you get into like the lower deities with like 25s and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then Tarask at like, what is it, 30 AC?
30 something, yeah. The God Killer, Jesus.
Yeah, this is a boss with a second phase.
That's right. I mean,
resets her health to 240, clears conditions, refreshes expended uses of abilities, and gives her flying.
Oh.
And then apparently some AoE abilities and Scarlet Phantoms cut all over the place.
Scarlet Phantoms?
Yeah. I don't know anything about what I'm reading off, so you let me know how terrifying any of this is.
I mean, it sounds like she has like minions or something. She doesn't have minions like in game, but
oh, let's see here.
18.
I'm just kind of like perusing over this. Okay. The blur of blade slashes 6d10 damage to anything within 30 feet and heals her for each creature trapped within.
Woof.
So we already got 2 phases, a shit ton of HP, and she can teleport into people that are... Okay, so she can teleport to your squishies. She can deal a shit ton of damage, heal off it. Ooh. Oh, this sounds like you got to cheese that fight.
She teleports to your squishies. You retaliate. She heals it all back.
Damn. You know what? This is the perfect boss for a DM that really wants to kind of not hold back with their players, I guess.
Look, I see. If you got a party of level 20 players, they're putting up a fight. So I mean, that would definitely be something.
You know, I feel like most good parties with effective tactics bat above their CR range to begin with.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I think it could be reasonable.
I mean, definitely doesn't sound like a raffle stomp or anything, but I can imagine a well-adjusted party could take it.
So the
Alternatively, she traps everybody. That's fine.
Okay, so the stat block for this was posted to Twitter, and the person that had created this had worked for WotC for about 4 years, and then ended up getting caught in that layoff that happened recently.
Ooh, I mean, what a thing to bite back with. Nice.
Yeah, I guess so. That is very interesting. I like that in reaction to all this bullshit going on with getting laid off. Fuck you. I might be laid off, but I still got a job to do. Makes a massive meaty stat block.
Hell yeah.
Love to see it.
Shows the work ethic. Just because they got fired doesn't mean they stopped working.
You know,
Keep the ideas flowing.
Gotta get that shit going, bro.
Bars.
I like it. It's interesting.
Yeah, that's really cool. I always love when you see games adapted into D&D. Like when I saw the Monster Hunter D&D stuff, I lost my mind.
I mean, so many people have done Monster Hunter D&D stuff over the years that I think there's enough homebrew to effectively just make your own thing, like the most Monster Hunter intensive experience ever.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like any fan of the Monster Hunter franchise, it definitely knows what that's like.
A lot of scavenging, and I do love scavenging for monster parts and trying to be able to use them.
Yeah, man, that's so cool. Just bloodthirsty fighting.
I like it.
Hell yeah. All right. Let's see what else we got here.
You got your notes.
I don't have that much. I mean, we can move on to our little bit of a homebrew feature.
All right. So, boom, boom.
Generic realm, lots of
fun. Excellent. You know why we call it the generic realm, Sam?
I don't know. Was there ever a reason specifically?
Well, there's actually a history to that bit, but the primary reason is that with homebrew, a lot of it's generic. You can tie it to whatever realm you want. Your world, official world, maybe something a little bit special. Maybe you're borrowing a setting from something.
Mm-hmm.
It's always fun in the generic realms, and sometimes you just mix everything together in one realm.
I like that. I like it.
And that's what my dad and his friends back in the day used to call it, the generic realm, because they had all these different campaign settings, like Ravenloft and Greyhawk. Like back in the day, there used to be a major divide in the community based on setting. Like you'd have your Eberron players, your Greyhawk players, and all these different realms. Like nowadays, everything's all on the Sword Coast, focused in the Forgotten Realms, and we barely even do much with the Forgotten Realms. It's all Sword Coast.
Right. Very true. Very, very true. A little bit of lore for the people out there. I like it.
I've always been a fan of mixing Eberron and Faerun, but treating them as separate continents.
Yeah, I feel that.
Where it's just like, oh, well, if you want to get over there, that's a long trip across the sea to get there.
Right.
All
Who's
right.
gonna spend 4 weeks in game traveling to Eberron?
Yeah, I like Eberron, though.
Where all the Warforged from?
So this week's generic realm, I bring to you guys Alaric's Alchemist Armor.
Oh yeah.
This person says it's from game designer Thom, DM Thom, and it's supposed to be a very rare leather armor that requires attunement.
Mm.
And it just has like this really cool look to it. Leather. Leather just looks good. Got the hood and everything. Just kind of badass.
You like it.
So I'm
kind
gonna
of gives
yeah.
Dishonored like vibe. You ever played that game?
I have actually, and you're right. I do like the Dishonored vibe.
It was definitely given Dishonored. I like it a lot.
Okay, even got some flavor text here. The armor is crafted from a rare blend of materials, including traditional leather and exotic alchemically treated substances. Its creation process is shrouded in secrecy, known only to a few select. The alchemist armor is reinforced, providing an additional +2 to AC beyond the benefits receiving for wearing leather armor. While donned, this armor grants the wearer resistance to poison damage, as well as the following effects. Defensive measures. The alchemist armor features a built-in defense mechanism that activates when the wearer sustains certain types of damage.
Ooh.
The first time each round the wearer takes piercing or slashing damage, the armor releases a poisonous gas cloud in a 5-foot radius. Every creature within the area must make a DC 15 con save or suffer 2d8 poison damage.
Okay.
The armor's like one of those little puff mushrooms.
Oh, dude, I could picture this like. Wonder if you could like change it to make it like a fog cloud, like to like stealth in.
You know what? That's not a bad idea for like
use your
a variation.
To hide or whatever, That could be cool.
So, provided the armor is donned properly and has a included ventilation mask that protects the wearer from poison damage caused by the gas cloud. The emission of poison cloud is involuntary and is triggered solely by piercing or slashing damage. The wearer cannot control it.
Interesting.
Hey, if you cut yourself, you absolutely can.
Yeah, right.
Because that's where my mind goes to at first.
Yeah.
The alchemist armor has a total of 500 hit points and loses hit points for each piercing and slashing weapon attack it absorbs.
Okay.
When the armor hit points are reduced below 50%, the damage dealt by poison gas increases to 3d8. Its armor hit points, if the hit points fall below 10%, or about 50 hit points, it emits a persistent poison aura that deals 3d8 poison damage to any creature entering the aura or starting its turn in there. The armor, if the armor is destroyed by reaching 0 hit points. Okay, so when it reaches 0 hit points, the armor's done. So this is single-use armor.
Dude, I feel like more armor should have health.
Armor having health is very interesting, don't you think?
I like it a lot, actually. Because, like, how often do your party, go through a hard fight, but their gear is, like, fine,
Yeah, and the thing is, if you're hit, this armor is going to take that hit as well.
Yeah.
So the hit points for the armor is just a matter of tracking how long it's going to be useful.
Mm-hmm. Right.
To restore the alchemist armor to its full 500 hit points, the wearer must find a craftsman with the requisite skills to repair it. The necessary skill level, cost, and potential DC checks involved in the repair process are at the dungeon master's discretion.
I want my plague doctor to have this.
Now, they did use Midjourney to come up with the art for the armor, but you know what? I think it looks really good. Like,
yeah, looks good.
AI usually doesn't pump out something that looks that nice. When it comes to armor sets.
It up too. Probably use still, maybe some Photoshop or something to clean it up.
Yeah,
really
I like it. Like, they probably had like a base design to start with.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you definitely can see that in the description of it.
Because like you can even see like
I
little
get
parts of it where it looks like it could be holding like poisonous stuff underneath the surface.
Yeah, I can see this being like a very like specific usage case, but very strong in that usage case. So like, I like it.
Same. It's very interesting. You don't come across armor with HP that often.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like honestly, all magic armor should have HP.
And honestly, I can find alternative uses for armor like this. Like, what if the party doesn't even wear it at all? Like,
what if you like tape it to a shield?
well, then you wouldn't have the gas mask.
attunement.
But what if you like you threw it at something and then
it has to be attuned, so that wouldn't work.
Wait, it did say attunement, didn't it?
Yeah, you gotta be wearing it.
I don't think there was an attunement actually.
It says required attunement.
Yep, you're right.
I was like, am I blind?
No, I was looking at the second page.
Ah, yeah. I dig it. I give it a 10.
I like it. Definitely a 10 because like it seems like it can be so situational and a double-edged sword, so you got to use it wisely.
Oh yeah.
All right. So next up, what you got, Sam?
So this is an item that I see kind of a lot when I'm looking through, some of like the Pinterest or Twitter or stuff like that, and it's basically like the wingsuit, the copper cuirass.
All right.
So it says any medium or heavy armor except hide, uncommon and requires attunement. So the complement this robust but aerodynamic suit of armor, the ingenious smith Drimmer devised a pair of intricate mechanical wings, powerful enough to raise their wearer aloft and imbue them with dizzying speed and agility. They produce a soft, soothing hum when gliding through the air.
Yeah, I like that.
At these wings, and they kind of give me like Angel from X-Men vibes, or like
I feel that.
Like a Homelander, but if he had wings type deal. That'd be cool. So the armor has 10 charges and regains 1d6 plus 4 expended charges daily at dawn. First of its abilities are aerial dash. The armor's large wings propel its wearer through the air. It can only remain active for short periods of time. As a bonus action while wearing it, you can expend 1 charge to gain a flying speed of 30 feet until the end of your turn. Well, you got the consistent drain of charges to fly. We have Trick of the Flight. The wings can be deployed at a moment's notice. When you make a dexterity saving throw while wearing this armor, you can use your reaction to expend 2 charges in order to fly 20 feet without provoking opportunity attacks. If this movement takes you out of the area of the effect that triggered the saving throw, you gain advantage on the saving throw. And if you would take half damage on success, you instead take no damage. That's pretty good.
I like that.
Next up, we have Rare Variant. Using the aerial dash property now gives you a flying speed of 60 feet. Using the Trick of Flight property only costs 1 charge. In addition, the shield gains a new property. So we have Safe Landing. When you would take damage from falling, you can use your reaction to expend 1 charge to try and use the wings to avoid the impact. Make a DC 13 Dexterity Acrobatics check. On a success, you take no damage from the fall. And then, last but not least, we have the very rare variant. The armor has 12 charges and regains 1d8 plus 4 charges daily at dawn. Using the aerial dash property now gives you a flying speed of 60 feet. Using the Trick of the Flight property only costs 1 charge. And the shield also gains safe landing. Oh, I think I just read that.
Yeah, so all the previous stuff, but stepped up.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's pretty cool though. I like it. This is something that like just adds mobility to, anything. And like a paladin with these. Oof.
Mm. I could see so many different uses for something like this,
So many variants, so many like.
I like that there are variations of it because then you can kind of make it upgradable.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can upgrade into a variant.
Upgrade and modify and tweak it. They got the tinker abilities. Oh yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Probably give that about a 7 or 8. And
I
this
feel that.
one was created by Loot Tavern on what's it called? Patreon. Shout out to them.
Yeah. We got the links in the description as always.
Oh yeah. Yeah, thank you for your creations. We love talking about them.
Absolutely. I can't wait till viewers start sending in their creations.
That would really be something. But I think that's about all I have prepared for this episode.
I
Do you have
can't.
anything else?
I can't say I have much else either.
Mm.
Keeping it short, keeping it sweet. But we're looking forward to the new year and the next 50 episodes.
Oh yeah! Shout out to the next 50 episodes. Maybe it won't take us a whole year this time.
Maybe. I think we got this.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the things that we're gonna, we have planned, the things we do. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And as always, we're Dungeons and Talk Shows. Y'all can check us out on all the socials, wherever podcasts are casting. We're getting back on track with our editing because
Pods be podding.
pods be podding. And we do have our Patreon. We should start putting some homebrew up on there. I bet some people would like that.
Yeah, we should. All right. Hope you all enjoyed this episode. I'm Sam. This is Orion. We're Dungeons and Talk Shows. Have a good week.
Have a great weekend.